think the energy market is something that's going to be a topic of discussion for the rest of this year. There's no doubt about that, and particularly if we keep seeing
costs.
Yes, and particularly if we keep seeing the same sorts of issues that we've seen now in recent months in South Australia. For what it's worth, I think the problem at the moment is that there needs to be a really sharp distinction on policy terms if Malcolm Turnbull's going to run this line. I think it's a good policy area for him to be in. It's a cost of living argument. It's an electricity is vital for people to be able to turn on their air conditioning or the heating, let alone everything else you need to do. And I think it's a really great policy area. The problem is it's really hard for Malcolm Turnbull to make the distinction between his own party's policy and Bill Shorten's policy. 24% by 2020. On the ALP side, it's 50% by 2030. Now, what's the distinction there? I mean, it's really, really hard to be able to draw, particularly in the contest that's going on at the moment, this distinction between, well, 24% is good, but 50% is bad. And I think that's the problem that Malcolm Turnbull is going to run into, particularly once we start moving into an election.